Hi, good morning, Mike. How are you doing?
Hello? I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty great. Great to hear from you. So, tell us about your new album, Unleash the Love. A nice play on words there. Will some material from that album be on the set list next week in Topeka?
Oh yes, Unleash the Love. The title song will be in the set, and another song that I wrote is a tribute to George Harrison when he passed away. I've had it for many years, but it's just been released on Unleash the Love. It's called Pisces Brothers, and it's a result of a trip to India at the invitation of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who taught us meditation, transcendental meditation, and I was invited to India. I've never been. I went there, and when I got there, all the Beatles were there. So George and I both had our birthdays in the spring of 1968 there. So a lot of great memories, a lot of great music, meditation, lectures by Maharishi, and birthday parties for George and I. He on February 25th, I on March 15th. So yeah, it was so on the album Unleash the Love. There's some special, moments there because of the experiences that I've had throughout the years.
Well, that's really incredible that there's going to be some new material there, and also that it has some sentimental value as well. And it's fitting that you're going to be performing as well, since speaking of that relation to George Harrison, we just had a Beatles tribute band performing at the Topeka Performing Arts Center as well. So that's really cool. Now, what else is planned? Kind of give our viewers your best sales line of what to expect when the Beach Boys play at the Topeka Performing Arts Center. So we've talked about some of that new material on Unleash the Love and the Pisces Brothers as well. What else do you have planned?
Well, the thing is, I like to start out retro. I like to go back into Surf and Safari and Surfing USA, and there's a song called "Do It Again," which is a big hit for us. "Catch a Wave," a song called "It's Okay," which we recorded with Hanson. And so I like to get retro, and then I'd like to do a ballad called "Surfer Girl," and then "Into the Cars," 409 and "Shutdown," and "Little Deuce Coupe," and "I Get Around." We finish up our show with "Fun, Fun, Fun," but we do "Good Vibrations," "California Girls," songs from the Pet Sounds album, "God Only Knows," "Sloop John B," "Wouldn't It Be Nice?" So it's a pretty comprehensive set that we do, and it touches upon a lot of decades, a lot of years. Of course, "Kokomo" is said to be our biggest selling single, and it's a huge sing-along. Everybody seems to sing along to that chorus, "Aruba, Jamaica, Ooh, I Want to Take You." Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Our whole situation is to accentuate the positive on our music, the harmonies, and the best thing about it is the audience response. Multiple generations can show up together and enjoy the Beach Boys.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of multiple generations, your band has really stood the test of time. And why do you think that is? Is it kind of a way of going back to simpler times? Do you feel like that's kind of something that keeps the band together?
Well, yeah, musically, I think there's a lot of fun things in what we sing about. We have our car songs and our surfing songs, and we do a song called "Be True to Your School," and it's growing up in America. So whether you're young or old, a lot of our music relates. "Wouldn't It Be Nice?" From the Pet Sounds album, "God Only Knows." These are beautiful songs that really, evoke a lot of emotions, and that a lot of us experience growing up and just living life in America.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think the audience response for me is the most wonderful thing about it, because to see night after night an audience respond so wonderfully to those songs, and it just makes me feel so good as the lead singer on many of them and the co-writer on some of the biggest hits we've had. It's a really great thing. I think that's the special thing about the Beach Boys is the audience response and how much they enjoy us.
Mm-hmm. Now, on a personal note, is that audience response part of what keeps you specifically going? Is this kind of something that fuels your passion for the music?
Yes, that's exactly what keeps us going. I mean, if we were singing in a vacuum, we probably wouldn't want to do it, since there are still people out there. I mean, we started in 1961 with a song called Surfin'. In 62 it was Surfin' Safari. 63 was Surfin' USA. In the meantime, we had all our car songs too, Little Deuce Coupe 409 and Shut Down and I Get Around and Fun, Fun, Fun. So anyway, to see those songs evoke so much positivity and fun, literally fun, it's a wonderful thing. That's what inspires me to want to keep going. And the fact that we get to go to places far and wide, all over the world, but not necessarily the big cities, some of the smaller places as well. And I think it's more special. I think it's more, people appreciate it a lot.
Do you think that some of those smallest places allow you to have kind of like a private, more personal interaction with the audience?
Well, it's I don't know how personal it's. I think we all have our personal feelings about the songs and our favorites and stuff. But what it is we're all enjoying together the happiness created in the music. For us, it started out as a family hobby. The Wilsons and the Loves together, doing birthday parties and Christmas and Thanksgiving and special occasions, and we turned a family hobby into a long-lasting profession. But the thing that keeps us going, as I mentioned, is, in fact, the audience response. Without that, there wouldn't be any, incentive to tour.
For sure. And what do you think of the current music scene? Are there things that you like or you kind of wish that were closer to some of the past eras of music as well?
Well, there's some artists who are great and transcend all the eras and stuff, like, and then there's some that I can't relate to. I have a daughter who's 23 years old who will point out some music to me. I said, and she'll say, "This is a really great song." I said, "Well, first of all, it's not a song." So we have a discussion on that. But there's always great artists. Bruno Mars is one of my favorite because he really puts on a show and is a great singer and a great writer. And there are always going to be great standout artists in any generation, I think. But and we've met a lot of great people, and we've even shared the stage with a bunch of people over the years. And so, but sometimes there's so many different kinds of music, and not everybody can relate to all forms of music. It takes a special person to be able to appreciate all kinds of music. But my favorite is a melody and some harmonies and a nice song, and well done by a good artist. And there's some great ones out there.
Now, is there anything, kind of wrapping up now, anything that you'd like to add, just as like a shout out for Topeka?
Just that my mother was born in Hutchinson, Kansas, so we're happy to be back in this state that gave birth to the woman who was probably responsible for the Beach Boys, along with her brother Murray, who was the father of Brian Dennis and Carl Wilson, my first cousins, who started the group with. It was really great to get back to Hutchinson, Kansas, where my mom was born. I actually went and saw the house she was born in and the one she moved to when she was about a year old. And we had 6,000 people come out and see us at the Kansas State Fair in Hutchinson this last year.
Oh, wow.
We're happy to be back.
That's awesome. Well, hey, we're glad to have you back, of course, and thank you so much for your time. This has been Mike Love with the Beach Boys, and Mike, thank you again for being here with us.